Hey, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you, Lori, how I'm going to cut prescription lenses for your beautiful Gucci 2769 color GSD. See that bling on there? That Gucci bling? Alright, let's get started. Excuse me, I'm going to pop out the demo lenses, and I'm going to put your frame, your Italian frame, into my Italian Santinelli LE1000 edger. And we're going to trace the shape of your frame so we know exactly what size lens to cut. The stylus is now tracing the left lens. It will come over and trace the right lens. Okay, I'm going to pull up the shape of your frame onto the computer. Type in your pupillary distance of 59. It is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a metal frame. Alright, let me get going. Here are your lenses. Your aspheric polycarb, bulletproof up to 22 caliber, and has both UVA and UVB protection. And did I also mention that they are unbreakable, and they also have an incredible scratch coating on there. Okay, I'm going to set the axis wheel to 170 for your right eye, and this is a +1/4 -50. Put the lens in the lensometer, get everything rotated perfectly. Put some dots on there. And there we are, that is the right lens. I'm going to put a block on there which will hold it into place while it is cutting. Put the sticker on, pull this side of that sticker off, and get everything lined up in my blocker. That is it, that's the right lens. Let's do your left. Spin the axis wheel to 10 and set the sphere power to +1/4. Rotate the lens until it comes into focus perfectly. Drop that down. I have found your optical center. Dot up your lens. Put an L on there. Put another block on there. And let's peel that off. Okay. Let's go ahead and start cutting here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. The first thing that's going to happen is that the LMU is going to come trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure the lens is large enough to cut out for that frame. Of course it is, but it's just a routine thing that it goes through every time. So it's tracing the concave side of the lens, the side closest to your eyelashes, then it's going to trace the convex side. Now the cutting wheel is actually down here at the bottom. It's the one that is the gritty wheel. It looks like a heavy grit sandpaper. That's going to grind away most of your lens. The center wheel is actually going to put the bevel onto the lens so that it stays inside the metal frame. Now we'll get loud here in a moment. I'll have to close the door while I'm talking, but at least I want you to see the lens strike the cutting wheel. And as we get closer to the final shape, I'm going to open the door back up and we can watch what's going on. Okay. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful frame. Gucci has outdone themselves. You can wear this with gold and silver and platinum just because of the color of this frame. Now, of course, with me, you buy a frame and you get your prescription lenses free because you drive a hard bargain. I don't know how you talk me into it, but that's the way it's going to be. Now, you are getting the thinner, lighter, unbreakable lens. It is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic, as well as being unbreakable. And I know I mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. These are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection, meaning that it's permanent sunscreen for your eyes. No matter what happens, what the sun's damaging rays does to your skin, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you now have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. It's starting to get a little bit closer to the shape. If you notice, it's still completely flat at the edges, like a nickel. And if I took the lens out now, it could actually stand up on its edge by itself. we're almost done. And then it's going to put the bevel on there so that it stays in the frame. There we go. We're done cutting it. That is the shape of your lens, Lori. Okay. Water's going to spray here in a moment, but I just want to show you this is what you will be getting with it. Your Gucci bag, your Gucci case, your Italian leather case, your card of authenticity, your Gucci cleaning cloth that will come with it. And of course, this is your case. I think it got run over when it was out in the parking lot. I apologize. You can still get your glasses in there. No, I'm just kidding. People complained that the cases were too large while they're in the purse or in the pocket, so they redesigned it. This snaps out. There's your Gucci with your soft felt on the inside. This opens up, and when you need it for a larger compartment to put your glasses in, you have your triangular case. And then when you don't have the glasses in there, this will fold down and fit into your pocket or your purse. Very good engineering. I'm going to put everything back in there before I get everything shipped to you. So put that back there, and we'll be done here in just a moment, and I will check the size to make sure everything fits. I've got my flathead screwdriver ready, so I will loosen the eye wire screw and make sure your lens fits. But before I get to that, I actually want to take off any rough edges that might be on the edge of your lens. There we go. Scrape that. Clean that off. Just dry it off, because I can't drop your lens on live TV. That would be embarrassing. So I'm going to unscrew the eye wire screw and then try and pop your lens in, and we'll see if it fits. If I have to take it down a little bit more, I will. Actually, it went right through. Let me undo the screw a little bit better. There we go. And now I'll try and line this up in its place, and it's being difficult just because people are watching. If no one was watching, this would go in smoothly. They never make you proud when you want them to. There we go. That snaps in. I'm just going to tighten that screw. Make sure it closes all the way down, and then when it does, I will start on the left. Actually, see, it's being stubborn. It popped out the front. Let me try this again. Let me just try that again. We're close. We are close. See if I can hold that there with one hand and push with the other. Nope, I will have to undo the screw. Yeah, you see me cut a million plastic frames. Those are easy. You never have to mess with trying to tighten a screw with a wet lens. Let me see, that pops into place. I'm just going to inspect the front. Try and close that down. Put the screw back in there. This whole process should take about 15 minutes if I don't fumble my way around through this, which I am currently doing. Come on, little screw. Come on, little screw. You know you want to get in there. There we go. There we go. Use the screwdriver to get it lined up in the hole better. Tighten that down. And that is good. That is in there. That's looking good. I'm going to flip this over and cut the left lens. And then we're going to repeat the steps that you saw before. It's going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens. And since we have seen this before, I'm going to go ahead and use this time to inspect your right lens and make sure everything passes. Inspection, that is. So I'm going to de-block, take the block off of there. That is good. Dry that off a little bit. And I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 170. There is that. Perfect. We're at plus a quarter, minus 50. At 170, I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 10, which is what we will need when we do the left lens. Now, your prescription, Lori, your right eye reads from left to right. Plus a quarter, minus 50 at 170. Your left is almost identical. Plus a quarter, minus 50 at 10. And on a number wheel, these are very close. If you can imagine 0 to 180, and 0 and 180 are the same number, you're at 10, and 170, which is 10 digits away from 180. So you're actually relatively close. But this first box gets everything the correct size. Everything's in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. Your prescription is rather minor. This is definitely going to help you at night when driving. A bright light, being the sun, is your best friend, but when the sun goes down, you will be able to see much better at night. So you have one step of correction in your right eye. You have 2 steps of correction with the astigmatism. And there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair and someone else has curly. You just have 2 curves on your lens, on your eye, and this shows us how to correct for that. And that's pretty much the same steps for the right and the left. So it's starting to take shape, your left lens. This is the outside, that's the nose. We are getting closer. It's coming down. It's coming down. We should be finished here in just a couple minutes. It is now 7:30 on Monday, February 10th, 38 degrees and raining here in my hometown. Of course, we got some snow here earlier today here on the East Coast. All right, so now we're going to put the bevel onto the lens. Close the door there. Let me wipe this down so you can still see what's going on the inside as it gets his little bath. Okay, it's just about done. Let's take it out. Dry the lens off. And of course we can put the safety bevel on just like we did before. Clean off any residue off the edge of your lens. And now let's try and get this mounted in the frame, and hopefully I can do it smoother than the last one. I'm going to loosen this screw. And then try and pop your lens in to the frame. There is that. Let's see if I can tighten that screw down. Well, I could not have gone this smooth the first time around. Okay, I'm going to de-block your lens. There we are. Pull that out, dry this off, all the moisture. Now, your pupillary distance is 59. Those red dots are going to sit directly in front of your pupils. As I line up my pupillary stick, you can see on the right side that is 59 millimeters, so that checks out perfect. Now let me check your prescription out. Perfect. Spin that to 10, which I already did. Line that up. The sphere power plus a quarter, minus 50 at 10. So, one of the last things I'm going to do is use my optical grade acetone to remove the red dots off of your lenses. Dry everything off with my cleaning cloth, and then the last step I'm going to do before shipping these to you is I'm going to get it in what's known as standard alignment. I set it on the counter and make sure that everything touches at the same time. There are no wobbles. that the hinges close perfectly, and they do. That is it, Lori. I really appreciate you purchasing the frame for me, and of course you get the free prescription lenses when you do it. This is your first pair of glasses, and you are going to be spoiled having these nice Gucci 2769 as your first pair. And Lori, I hope it's been fun for you watching your first pair of glasses made, and I'm glad you got the chance to see one of the many, many ways that I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.